Okay, so it is March the 5th, 2019, and I'm going to talk about another bunch of movies. I was working on some artwork that didn't really work out, and this is what I was watching while I was doing that. And I don't know, I might be able to fix some things, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So I've put these movies in order from worst to best of this group. Now I'm touching this and I wanted to eat my kiwi, but I don't know that I don't like to eat food while I'm touching the things. Anyway, so I guess I'm going to eat that kiwi after. And I'm going to be thinking about it the whole time I'm talking about this. Some Beasts. I put this as the worst because it could have been good. It's set in Appalachia. Anyway, so the scenery is beautiful. It has the potential of being something good. And basically, there's a feral boy who somebody should have done something. He should have ended up in with care, but somehow he's out in the wilds of Appalachia, and there's a wild mountain cat that's been rumored to be around, and cat gets boy. So, well, you don't know, but you're pretty sure that's what happened. Anyway, boy gets killed, and that's that. So, I don't know. But I put this the worst because, oh, it was boring. And plus, I had watched it just after the most excellent one in here, and you know how that is. So this I put it as the worst, because it was such a disappointment after watching the best one in the bunch. So, Acts of Violence with Bruce Willis. I have to admit, I like watching Bruce Willis. And this is, as you would expect a Bruce Willis movie to be. It's the kind of thing you watch this action stuff and you can tune in for a minute, go away for a half an hour, tune in for another minute, go away for a half an hour, and you don't really miss anything. It doesn't matter. You could sit through the whole thing or you could just watch parts. It's just a bunch of action for no good reason, really. Anyway, but it's not like it's quality programming, so that's second to worst. Now, The Killing, the complete third season. I have watched this before, not this season. This season was new to me. But honestly, I'm not into this. So, I mean, I don't identify with either of the police detectives. Anyway. I don't know why they keep making that show. The Oyster Farmers. So this one, at first I was like, why'd they even make this show? And then they started showing some of their production methods. So you might be able, if you're interested in getting into oyster farming, you might be able to learn something from watching this. But really, this is, I wrote down a quote from it and my stuff's over there, so I'm not going to try to find it. But basically at the end, they're like, oyster farmers represent hope for the future, or something like that. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, James likes eating oysters. They're a great source of zinc. But, I mean, they're filter feeders. So, waters are pretty polluted in the world today. Anyway, it's something to think about. And yes, I think that it's great to farm oysters to try to filter the water. I don't know how great it is to actually eat them, but whatever. I'm not going to stop James from doing so. It's not harmful to the environment to farm oysters. It might be harmful to you to eat them, but that's for you to decide after you do your own research and think, do I want to eat oysters or not, right? So anyway, basically this was a feature, well, not quite feature length, 70-minute documentary that it really wasn't a documentary. It was more an advertisement for these oyster farmers. So, I don't know, but yet I didn't put it at the bottom of the list, at the worst. Jonathan. So this was basically a sci-fi take on multiple personality disorder. This guy, he lives with his brother in his same body, and eventually twin eats twin. It wasn't a bad movie. I don't mind this actor. He was the one from Baby Driver. But he's not the greatest actor either, and he's getting a lot of face time in movies now, and I don't know why. Anyway. Divorce. Second season. So, I don't know if you like Sarah Jessica Parker. I don't mind this series, even though, I mean, it does bother me watching it. It's not a happy kind of topic or anything like that, and these people are obviously under some stress. And anyway, it's the whole season is on one DVD, so that's 234 minutes, and it's incredible how short some seasons are. They really don't offer you a lot of minutes. This one was great. Excellent. So that's where the pile really ends from to excellent. So, 3 Identical Strangers. Everybody needs to watch this. Everyone. It's a documentary about 3 identical twins who were separated at birth. They were adopted out to different families. And at first they find each other and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so great, you know, and they're comparing things, and they're like, you know, we all have the same taste in women, we like the same colors, they styled their hair the same, they had a lot of similarities. They all did wrestling in high school, and they all smoked Marlboro cigarettes, which doesn't seem like a big deal. But anyway, but they had a lot of similarities. So they get together and they're like, oh my gosh, you know, this is crazy. It's like we've always known each other, but here we've just met, you know? And so anyway, they think it's weird. Like, the parents are pretty upset about this, and the kids are like, well, you know, they're college age or whatever, they don't really care about such thing. They're like, that's their thing, you know, to be upset about this. But so they're talking to the adoption agency, and they're like, why'd you separate them? You know, we would have adopted them as triplets. Like, why did you separate them? So anyway, the adoption agency is like, oh, triplets are hard to place, and we're like, the parents are saying, we would adopt them as triplets. This is ridiculous, you know, so don't give me that, you know. And they didn't give them all this information. And then they were thinking back on how some people would come and they would visit and take lots of notes about and shoot videos or do whatever about the kids when they were growing up. So there were, so anyway, they started realizing they had been test subjects. Seriously. And I shouldn't give away any more of this. It's so excellent, and it's true. It's true. So you just have to watch it. It's unbelievably excellent. So anyway, this is one of the best things I've seen. And I mean, it should tell you a lot just watching this. So anyway, in the end, I won't give away what happens to one of the... How can I say this without giving it away? Okay, I'm not going to say anything about that. But what I'm going to say is that in the end, something happens, and the boys decide to think that it's more nurture than nature. And they're dismissing all of their incredible similarities because of one thing that happened. And I think that's ridiculous. But because they obviously had some crazy similarities that just were wild, even though they had completely different upbringings, because that was a part of the experiment, to give them different types of parenting. So anyway, but the one type of parenting should obviously tell you, oh, that's maybe not the best type of parenting. Anyway, I put this one as the best one. This is one of the best movies I've seen. We the Animals. Whew. They did a good job. This one should make you shake in your skin. And maybe it just does that to me, because when I was growing up on the farm, I always thought we're like the farm animals. Like my mother, she'd been going through some stress, and she didn't really want to have children when she was young, and she'd found herself in a place where she was just like, well, you know, I made my bed and I'm gonna lie in it. But she did not want to be a parent. She'd realized that. And so my sister and I, we spent all of our time playing outside on the farm, in the farmyard, and we were basically, I always thought we were just like the farm animals. And you know, I mean, Dad would feed the farm animals. He didn't feed us, but I always thought of us as being animals, and so we the animals rather than we the people. And this is just incredible. Anyway, I don't think I want to give any of this away. You just have to watch it. It's good. I shouldn't have to give anything from these away to make you watch them. Just watch them. They're worth watching. They don't take much time. You can watch them while you're preparing dinner, while you're painting some paintings, whatever. It's just watch them. Watch these two. They're worth it.